my God, totality! Look at this! Oh, wow, is it beautiful?
That is, if you're wondering what pure joy sounds like, it's that right there. And it came from the totality guy. We say that with love and respect. Mike Kentrianakis witnessing the total solar eclipse. That was from Quebec, Canada yesterday. In Mike's 45 years of eclipse chasing, it took him to over a dozen countries, including Canada, to see more than 10 solar spectacles. That does include, too, at least a couple of flights to see some of these eclipses occurring out over water. He said Monday, that eclipse was the best one yet. So let's bring in Mike Kentrianakis to discuss this. You joined Fox Weather ahead of the event back on March 27th. You said you were going to be in Carbondale, Illinois, but they don't speak French in Carbondale. So how did you end up in Canada?
Carbondale is the place I'm working with, the State University of Illinois at Carbondale, and we've been working twice because it was the crossroad of the two eclipses in 2017 and 2024. And I went there twice, and I left twice, and thank God on both occasions they did get to see it. But one of the key things about eclipse chasing is following the weather. You can prepare all you'd like, but in the end, it's about the weather. And it was convenient that it was a midway point from border to border, Mexico to Canada. And I brought my passport with me, and I knew that it could potentially be a 1,000-mile drive, and it was a 1,200-mile drive. Who knew that the weather in Canada was going to look good? Well, I knew it was a possibility. I've seen it happen, and it did happen. And it looked like the most secure. So I headed up to Sherbrooke. It looked good. And then I scouted the region that night before. And then in the morning again, it started saying that clouds could potentially come in from that northern part of New York and come over and could interfere with the eclipse by only a margin of an hour. Yep. So I had to decide to go even further west, closer to Maine, where it was perfectly clear, absolutely perfectly clear, and it was just so perfectly framed.
We just saw the time lapse. Incredible what you got to experience. We talked about how you've taken the flights to go see some of these. It sounds like you're willing to do whatever is necessary in your 45 years of chasing these things. I think it was Tom Brady. They said, "What's your favorite championship ring?" And he said, "The next one." But you said this past eclipse was your favorite one. Is it recency bias? What made this particular eclipse so special?
No, I never said that before, ever. And that's why some people actually noticed that. I think, they're all beautiful in their own way. But being my best in that it had all the qualities of that you'd want out of an eclipse. It had an excellent duration. It was perfectly clear, just so sparkling. Jupiter and Venus were visible. It was like framed, like a nice 16 by 9 frame over the lake and the mountain in the distance, which has an observatory in beautiful Quebec and Lac Mégantic. And it was choreographed perfectly. It was a celestial show. There was no interference with meteorology at this point, being that we escaped the clouds. And I got to, and we were in a very quiet spot. But in those who also were quiet were hearing me scream. I didn't expect to react as I did. And I really did. I lost it, and I saw it myself. I said, "My God, look at me."
That was pure joy leaving the human body, right? We only got about 30 seconds left, Mike, but I had to ask you. I believe the next one, 2026, across Spain. Are you going to be there for that?
I plan to. It would be a good birthday celebration for me. It's actually the day of my birthday, so I do plan on getting to Europe there for that.
Hey, you don't have to convince me. And all the video and the time lapse, the pictures that you took of this go around makes your case for this one being the best one. We're so glad you got that experience. That's amateur astronomer and eclipse chaser Mike Kentrianakis. Wonderful job with that. You can see more of Mike's eclipse adventures on his YouTube channel. The address is on the screen right now. Mike, great to chat with you. Hope to talk with you again soon before 2026.
Yes, thank you very much, Ian. Always a pleasure.
You bet. You too.